Click the Join button and get access to all the lessons in the playlist Chess Lessons for Beginners. We will learn how to checkmate a lone king with a king and two bishops, and a king and a bishop and a knight in this lesson. I'll say right away that a checkmate with two knights and a king is theoretically possible. Knight f6 check, king h8, mistake, and knight f7 checkmate. But if the king moves correctly to the center, such a checkmate cannot be put on. Knight f6 check, king f8. Knights cannot push the king to the edge of the chessboard. This is the main reason. Therefore, when the game is played correctly by the weakest side, the endings, the king and two knights against the king, ends in a draw. How to checkmate two bishops and a king to a lonely king? In the position on the screen, first we have to put the bishops side by side so they interact and cut off the black king along the black and white diagonals. Bishop e3, king e5, bishop d3, king d5. Now the king cannot break out of the diagonal barriers. Next step, we push the black king to the edge of the chessboard. We need the help of our king for this. Let's go forward the king. King e2, king e5, king f3, king d5, king f4. We take away from the black king an e5 square. King e6. Now we move the bishops forward, not releasing the black king beyond the diagonals. Bishop d4, king d6, bishop e4, king e6. Move forward the white king again. King g5, king d6, king f5. Now we take away e6 square from the black king. King d7. We move the bishops again. Bishops must stand together. Bishop e5, king e7, bishop d5, king d7, king f6. We take away e7 square from the black king. King e8. Move bishops on the 6th rank. Bishop e6, king d8, bishop d6, king e8. Now we have to send the black king to the corner. We choose the corner that is closer to the king of whites, that is h8. Bishop c7, king f8, bishop d7, king g8. Now a very important point. We must place the white king opposite the black king and free the diagonal a1, h8 for the final blow of the dark square bishop. King g6, king f8. We put a checkmate. Bishop d6, king g8, bishop e6, king h8, and bishop e5, checkmate. Let's go back. If king h8, then bishop d6, king g8, bishop e6, king h8, and bishop e5, checkmate. Now let's look at the Algorithm of the checkmate with knight and bishop and king of the lone king. First, we centralize our king. Then we push the opponent king to the edge of the chessboard with the help of our king, knight and bishop. We push the enemy king into a bishop's square-colored corner and put checkmate with bishop. And now, in more detail. In the position on the screen, we move the king to center. King e3, king e6, king e4, king d6. Now we push the opponent's king to the edge of the chessboard. Knight d3, king e6, bishop a2 check, king f6. When pushing, the knight and the bishop should be on the squares of the same color. That is how the knight attacks the black squares and the bishop attacks the white squares, preventing the king from escaping. Remember, the line of action of a bishop cannot be blocked by a king or a knight. And more, the king must move in front, actively pushing the king of the opponent. Knight f4, king e7, king e5, king f8, king f6. Now the black king on the edge of the chessboard. Now we apply the Twix method, the author of which is the chess coach Yaroslav Present. But first we will make a cage for the black king. King e8, bishop e6, king d8, knight d5, king e8, bishop g4, king d8, king e6, king e8, bishop h5, check. The king doesn't want to go to the corner we need and moves to f8. King f8, but after king f6 he ends up in the cage, from which he could not escape. Remember this key position. It can be applied in any corner of the chessboard. Now we have the pieces in the form of inverted letter T. This is the beginning of the Twix method. King g8, knight e7 check, king h8, king f5, king h7, bishop g6, king h8, knight d6, king g8, knight f7, king f8, bishop h7. We see the letter T turned left on the screen. Now the knight describes the letter W and bishop helps him. King e8, knight e5, king f8, knight d7 check, king e8, king e6. The white king moves strictly 6th rank. He defends the knight and prevents the black king from escaping. And we see the letter I. King e8, bishop g6 check. Bishop controls all diagonals. The letter X is very clearly visible on the screen. King d8, knight c5, king c8. We make a wait move here, bishop h5, passing the turn of the move to black. King d8 and knight b7 check, completing the letter W. King c8, king c6, king b8, king b6, king c8, bishop g4 check, king b8. Now we put a checkmate to the black king. Knight c5, king a8, bishop d7. This is a second weight move. King b8, knight a6 check, king a8 and bishop c6 checkmate. And now homework. White's move, checkmate in 4. Next position, White's move, checkmate in 2. The answers you can see in the next 10th lesson. And now the answers for the homework of 8th lesson. Task 1. Checkmate the black king. Such a checkmate can be called a ladder. Rook c3, king b4, queen a3 check, king b5, rook c5 check, king b6, queen a5 check, king b7, rook c7 check, king b8, and queen a7 checkmate. Task 2. Answer. The strongest first move is queen h7. We cut off the black king on the edge of the chessboard and move our king and checkmate. King d8, king g2, king e8, king f3, king d8, king e4, king c8, king d5, king d8, king d6, king c8, and queen c7 checkmate. And third task. White begins and checkmate in 3. The black king on the 8th rank and white king keeps him from escaping. We force the king to remain on the 8th rank, maneuvering the rook and checkmate. Rook d1, king f8, rook g1. The black king forced to return on 8th square, e8 square, and king e8 and rook g8 checkmate. In the next 10th lesson, we consider the topic how to checkmate with various pieces and pawns. See you!